Good evening, everybody, here from Tushita in India. So for our Indian students, of course, it's 9 o'clock at night. It's dark outside. With many of you, I see some light in the background. So I think whoever is joining us from Europe, it's just afternoon. Yeah, I see a few faces who were here already a few hours ago. Welcome back. And whoever is in the Americas, of course, good morning. So today we have a very special guest teacher, Venerable Thubten Chödron. She is based in the US, in Shravasti Abbey, and I can see the morning sun there shining into her window, and now a beautiful Buddha. So I just wanted to introduce Venerable Chödron before she comes. So Venerable Thubten Chödron is born in the US and ordained as a Buddhist nun in 1977 and received full ordination in 1986. She has studied extensively with His Holiness Dalai Lama, Sokam Senshab Rinpoche, and Lama Zopa Rinpoche, and has been teaching tirelessly for so many decades all over the world. So Venerable Thubten Chödron wrote many wonderful books on Buddhist philosophy, on meditation, and assisted His Holiness in writing and publishing this beautiful series, The Library of Wisdom and Compassion. And just, you see that? And the last volume, the 10th volume, was just published recently. So it's a beautiful series. Check it out. And of course, he is the founder and abbess of Shravasti Abbey, one of the first Tibetan Buddhist training monasteries for Western monks and nuns in the US. So we are so honored and happy to have Venerable Thubten Chödron again joining us for the 5th time, the Days of Miracle program. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining, and please enjoy.
Om Dare, Tutare Ture Soha, 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 Om Dare, Ture Soha, Om Dare, Tutare 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 ture soha, om tare 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 tutare ture soha.
Hello, Venerable Thubten Chödron La. Happy New Year from Tushita.
Hello, Venerable.
We are so very honored and delighted to have you with us today on this beautiful Sunday morning in Shravasti Abbey. And yeah, it's a little bit darker here at Tushita already. Thank you so much. It's wonderful to have you with us always, of course. Thank you so much.
Oh, sure. Thank you. Yeah. And thank you to everybody who is online. Okay. So we're supposed to talk about unlocking your potential. Yeah. And the title came from a booklet that I did with one of the men who I correspond with in prison. He's out now. And we put this together. It was originally designed for people who are incarcerated, but we left some copies of it at a friend's acupuncture place, and they all disappeared. So it looks like other people can use it too. So it's kind of called Unlocking Your Potential, How to Get Out of Your Own Way. Yeah, because that's what happens. We get in our own way. Yeah. So before we get into the topic, let's just take a minute or two. Yeah, come back to our breath, let our mind relax, and then we'll recite the 4 immeasurables and the refuge bodhicitta prayer. I take refuge until I have awakened in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. By the merit I create by listening to the Dharma, I will attain Buddhahood in order to benefit all sentient beings. I take refuge until I have awakened in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. By the merit I create by listening to the Dharma, I will attain Buddhahood in order to benefit all sentient beings. I take refuge until I have awakened in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. By the merit I create by listening to the Dharma, I will attain Buddhahood in order to benefit all sentient beings. May all sentient beings have happiness and its causes. May all sentient beings be free of suffering and its causes. May all sentient beings not be separated from sorrowless bliss. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free of bias, attachment, and anger. Okay, so that motivation of loving kindness and compassion, let's generate the bodhicitta and have that be what ties us together as people who are trying to unlock their potential. Okay. So we all have potential. And we have potential to become Buddhists, that's for sure. Okay. We forget about that, or we just say, no, they passed out Buddha nature, but I didn't get any. And everybody else can become a Buddha, but not me. Yeah. I'm just not up to it. Yeah. I just don't have what it takes. And anyway, the path is too difficult. You have to give up your body 5,259 times to tigers. Yeah. Where am I going to find a tiger? We got cougars. Can't I give my body to a cougar instead? Yeah. And anyway, full enlightenment, too high. Too high. I don't want to sit in some cloud up there looking down on everybody all by myself. So, yeah, I'll just hang around samsara. It's not too bad. Yeah, samsara's not too bad. It's, you got ice cream and you have chocolate and, all those kinds of nice things. I'll just hang around. I've been here in samsara since beginningless time. No problem, I can hang around longer. Yeah, kind of nice, except for all these obnoxious sentient beings. They're really too much. They just bug me, Can't they go away and leave me alone? And I'm supposed to see them as my mother. That really means they're a big problem. Yeah, that's why they're scolding me all the time, because they were my mother in previous lives. Oh. Okay, so, this is what we do, isn't it? Yeah, we talk ourselves out of it. And we tell ourselves we can't. We tell ourselves the situation is impossible. And really, samsara is not too bad, Yeah, except, for all these obnoxious sentient beings that just bug me. Yeah. Objectively obnoxious from their own side, inherently existent. Right? Yeah. The Sravastyabi community is just coming out of our winter retreat. Today's the last day of our retreat. Yeah. And what do you meditate on for the 3-month winter retreat? That person on that side, they're not meditating. They're flipping. They're scrolling down on their iPad to read something. What do they read? What are you reading? Oh, hey, that looks like a good story. Move your iPad here. We can read it together. Okay. And that one on that side, I don't know what practice they're doing. Yeah. They said they wanted to do sky meditation. Yeah. So I guess that's why their head is down and they're sleeping all the time. Yeah. Yeah, I better tell the abbess about that one. Yeah. Abbess, this person's, meditating on sky meditation. And I don't know what that is, but shouldn't they be looking at the sky? Yeah. Yeah. And that one back there, yeah, he sent me a note and told me that my posture wasn't correct. I should sit up straight. Yeah, what's he doing during his meditation? Yeah, he should mind his own posture and let me alone. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so this is what's going on in our mind all the time. Yeah, what happens to our potential? It's buried somewhere. Yeah, isn't it? We're just, distracted all the time. And if we're not distracted by things we see around us, we're distracted by telling ourselves how unqualified we are and how bad we are, how undisciplined we are. Okay, so one of the things that I've seen in working with Westerners in particular, but with everybody, is that we tend to shoot ourselves in the foot a lot. In other words, we're our own worst enemy. That's why the subtitle of the book is How to Get Out of Your Own Way. And one of the things that we do that really keeps us trapped and so we don't know our potential is we're so busy telling ourselves how bad we are, how unqualified we are, how nobody loves us, nobody understands us. This world is a miserable place. Everybody else is appreciated, but people ignore me. I try so hard, but they don't appreciate what I do. Oh, yeah. Oh, the orthodontist told me not to do that. I'll get buck teeth. Then everybody will really hate me. It's so comfortable. Okay. So we're just always on our own case. Yeah. And if we're not on our own case, we're on somebody else's case. Yeah. So we spend so much of our precious human life criticizing either ourselves or criticizing other people. Yeah. And the real thing that needs to be criticized is our own self-grasping ignorance and our own self-centered thought. But we think those two are our friends. So we've got it completely capovolto, okay? It's upside down. Yeah. But we think, oh, but my self-grasping ignorance, that's how I know I exist. Yeah. And the worst thing is to think that maybe I don't exist, but I exist. My self-grasping ignorance is sure of that. And not only do I exist, but I am the most important one in the whole world. And that's the problem with the world, is it doesn't realize that I am Donald Trump. And I am the most important one in the world. Yeah, right? Right? Yeah, the Europeans online, you don't look like you believe me. But Americans, yeah, I'm the most important one. Everything I think is right. All my opinions are correct. Whatever I want, I deserve. This world owes it to me, but it doesn't give it to me. So I'm going to go and have my pity party, complete with multicolored lead balloons, and feel sorry for myself. Yeah, not only are sentient beings mean to me, but my teacher ignores me. I try and be so good. I really bring them a cup of tea whenever they want a cup of tea. I fight with all the other disciples so I could be the one to bring them the cup of tea so that they'll know that I'm special and I have so much devotion. But those other disciples just get in my way. You know, I'm trying to show the teacher that I am the star disciple. I have so much faith. I have so much faith. My teacher's a Buddha. I'm sure they're a Buddha. Yeah, they're sitting up there right next to God. Yeah. And then all these bodhisattvas, they're hanging out with the saints. Yeah, they're out the saints. You know, don't the saints go marching? So the bodhisattvas go marching in. Yeah, what's that melody? The saints go marching in. Bodhisattvas go marching in. Okay, yeah. So they're all up there together. We have interfaith dialogue. Yeah, they all chant together. Yeah, out of tune a little bit, but you know, yeah. But the Pope is sick. Yeah, the Pope is really sick. Yeah. So if the Pope's sick, then definitely I can't become a Buddha. It's perfectly logical, isn't it?
No pervasion.
What?
No pervasion.
No pervasion. No, yes, they're pervades. Yeah, the Pope is sick, so I'm gonna get it. It's the bird flu. Yeah, it's gonna fly from the Vatican over here, and I'm gonna get it. And RFK Jr. is gonna be so proud of me. Because when I die, then he can scrape my corpse up and put it in a park somewhere, like he did with that dolphin. Remember? Yeah. He went. Wasn't it a dolphin? A whale. Yeah, he went on a beach and found the remains of a whale and brought it back and put it in Central Park. This is not a fake story. This is real. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so be careful of the bird flu. Uh-oh, this book has birds on it. It's a conspiracy theory, I'm sure. Okay, so this is what occupies our mind all the time. Isn't it? You know, when you're meditating, what's going on all the time? Yeah, either that or you're taking a nice nap. Okay, so what do we have to do besides stay awake during meditation? Which, by the way, if you have problem falling asleep, do prostrations before the meditation session. Yeah, and splash your face with cold water. And what Lama Yeshe used to do when the young monks fell asleep during puja is he would put a water bowl on top of their head. Yeah, not so big, but a smaller one. Yeah, and that kept the young monks away during awake. It also kept them away. Yeah. Okay, so first you got to stay awake, but prostrations are very good, very helpful, and they're not the same as going to the gym. Okay, I know you can chant mantra when you're, in the gym, but prostrations are different. Okay, and the prostrations are very good. Not only are they exercise, but yeah. You have your nose on the ground, which is very good for your arrogance, and you're confessing, those tiny little negativities that somebody else made you do. Okay, but yeah, so you got to do some purification, and then this whole pity party bit. Yeah, it's really a distraction, and it's all garbage anyway, because we sit there and basically lie to ourselves. Yeah, so we have precepts not to lie, but when we are feeling sorry for ourselves, what are we doing? Oh, nobody loves me, everybody hates me. I'm just trying so hard, but people don't give me any credit. I can't do anything right. No wonder they don't give me any credit. I can't do anything right. They talk about Buddha potential, but I don't have any. I can't even concentrate during my meditation. Yeah, and this is what's going on all the time. Yeah, this self-pity dialogue. And this is what Lama really spoke out against. Yeah, Lama Yeshe, he was always hitting on us, saying, you have, poor quality view. Poor quality view. I am poor quality. And when you look at what you are saying to yourself, when you're sunk in your poor quality view, and ask yourself if it's really true, yeah, you find that it's not. Okay, take, the one, nobody loves me. Yeah. Nobody loves me. I mean so well. I try so hard to be nice, but nobody loves me. Yeah. Do we love anybody else? Are we friendly to anybody else? No, they have to be friendly to me first. Nobody loves me. Yeah. So we sit there and we feel sorry for ourselves, but we're the ones creating the situation. Yeah, nobody talks to me. Well, do you say hello to them in the morning? Do you talk to them? Do you ask if you can help when you see they're doing things? No. Okay. And so if we really ask ourselves, oh, nobody loves me, really? Really? Yeah, we have 4 cats here. Yeah, they love us, don't they? Yeah, they love you. Upeka follows our office manager around all day. Yeah, saying, feed me, feed me. Yeah, the cats love us. Yeah, Maitri comes up whenever she wants to be pet. When she doesn't want to be pet, she's down with Venerable Semke. I'm jealous. I'm jealous. Okay. What do you mean nobody loves you? That's, come on. You know, there's people who love each one of us. It's often we are blind to it. We don't see it. We're so sunk in our own poor quality view that we don't think it's even possible. Okay, so this whole poor quality view, this monologue of how I'm deficient is really like an anchor that keeps us down in samsara. And, you know, we don't use our potential. And when we do think of using our potential, then we think, okay, I'm going to use my potential. So that means by tomorrow, I will be fully potentialized and active and doing everything so brilliantly. Yeah. So it's either I can't do it, nobody loves me, or I'm going to do it and it's going to be a quick job. You know, I'm going to like get enlightened. I'm going to get rid of this poor quality stuff and go ahead. And, you know, again, unrealistic expectations, unrealistic mind, you know, self-talk. Yeah, change takes a while. We have to be patient. But we've got to continue to go in that direction. It's quite important, not give up on ourselves. Yeah. And you think about it, you know, when we are sunk in the poor quality view, it's like we're saying the Buddha doesn't know what he's talking about. Yeah, Buddha tells me I have potential. I have the Buddha potential. Sorry, Buddha, I don't have it. You don't know what you're talking about because nobody loves me and I can't do anything right. Okay, you want to tell the Buddha that he doesn't know what he's talking about when he says that you have the potential to become a fully awakened Buddha? Yeah. Yeah, you want to tell the Buddha, hey, Buddha, you know, you're wrong. Yeah, be careful. What kind of karma are you creating when you tell the Buddha that he's wrong? Yeah, that you don't have any potential. Okay, so we have to look very closely at the way we talk to ourselves, yeah, and what we're saying, and really question that self-talk. Take those things out, yeah, and look at them. When a couple of years ago, when I taught debate, and we were working a lot with syllogisms, and so, you know, the syllogism is one of the major ways you come to understand the Dharma, and they're used in all the debates and so on. So that people could understand the structure of a syllogism and how you tell if it is correct or not. I used examples of our self-talk. Yeah. So, yeah, anybody have a syllogism for me? I am deficient because I was late to practice. Because I was late to practice. I'm always late to practice. So I am deficient because I am always late to practice. Okay. So, what's the subject? I. What's the predicate? Am deficient. What's the reason? Because always being late to practice. Okay, so does the subject I, is it pervaded by, is there, not pervasion, does the reason apply to the subject? Does being always late to practice apply to me? No. Yeah, because sometimes I actually manage to get there on time. Okay. Even if it did apply to me, is there pervasion that if you are always late to practice, that means you're deficient? No. Yeah. If that were the case, if always being late meant that you were deficient, then what about Lama Zopa? Yeah, then, okay, so that syllogism doesn't work at all. So to really, ask ourselves if what we're saying to ourselves is true or not, and give ourselves a break. Yeah, we don't have to be perfect. Yeah, but we tell ourselves, I should be perfect. Yeah, I want to be the perfect Dharma practitioner. And we hear the teachings and we understand them, kind of, a little bit. And then we think, oh, well, then I should be able to practice them perfectly. Yeah. So that obnoxious person who always giving me dirty looks, I love them. I'm a bodhisattva. I love you, you crappy piece of... Okay. So, just this expectation that we should be able to do everything. And then, then we're told, fake it until you make it. Yeah. They say, well, that's kind of what Tantra's about. You fake it until you make it. Yeah. So I'm faking having overwhelming compassion for, I love all of you so much. Don't you feel my metta? I am radiating metta out there. Oh, don't you feel it? Aren't you blown away? And by the way, the Dana basket is right here. Yeah. So, yeah, we're somehow not getting it. We're not getting it. Yeah. So I think the negative self-view and then this thing of unrealistic expectations. Yeah. That when I do something, I should be perfect. I understand the Dharma. I know all the vocabulary. Yeah, don't you know everything is empty of inherent existence? Yeah, it is impermanent. Its nature is dukkha. It's empty of inherent existence. And then there's Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, and there's samsara, nirvana, and there's karma, and there's Daishin Shekpa. Yeah, what is Daishin Shekpa? Daishin Shekpa, huh? And then we think, well, okay, I know all the words, then I should be able to embody it. That's unrealistic too. Yeah. And then we go, oh, well, okay, throw out that thing. I don't have, nobody's expecting me to embody loving compassion for everybody. So then I'll return to my pity party. down, up, down, up, down. Yeah, Lama Yeshe used to tell us we were like yo-yos. Yeah, and we're quite moody. Yeah, aren't we? Yeah, we're in a good mood. Yeah, a minute later, we're in a bad mood. Then we're in a good mood. Then we're in a bad mood. People see us in the morning. They don't know who they're talking to, because every day, every hour, we are a different person. Yeah, we come in there, yeah, say hello. Well, some mornings we say hello, and some mornings. You say hello first. Okay. So another aspect, I think, of unlocking our potential is to really see kind of what are we really interested in? What speaks to our heart? What do we get excited about? Yeah, besides sex. Yeah, what are we passionate about in our life? So to really think about that, and it doesn't matter. I mean, so often our parents want us our parents want us to have everything they didn't have. They want us to be everything they weren't able to be. But maybe that's not what we want to be. Maybe that's not where our strong points are. Yeah. So instead of trying to be what we think other people think we should be, yeah, let's just, see where are my interests, where are my skills? Yeah, because everybody is quite different in that way. And I think accepting this difference is really important, because when we don't accept that we all have different skills and different good qualities, that are really strong, if we don't accept that, then we spend another portion of our life comparing ourselves to other people. Yeah, and we compare ourselves, we compete with them. Yeah, we're rivals. It's like, oh, I'm looking at the Dalai Lama. Oh, that way I'm looking at Geshe Zopa and Padmasambhava. What? Oh, I can look at you. Oh, yes. Okay, yes. Thank you. So, yeah, we're in competition. For what? I'm not sure, but we're in competition. I want to be better than you. I want to be recognized. Yeah, if people don't recognize me, then maybe I don't exist. And then our self-grasping ignorance says, yes, you do. And the circle goes round and around and around some more. Okay? So when we're young, people always ask us, what do you want to be when you grow up? And when you're a kid, you have to say something. What do you want to be when you grow up? In my generation, you wanted to be a policeman or a fireman. Not anymore. Yeah, but that's what everybody said. Yeah, policeman or a fireman, or if you were a little girl playing with dolls, yeah, then you wanted to be a mama. That one never excited me. Yeah, excite any of you? No? No. So, it's instead of trying to fit ourselves into what we think other people think we should be, really see, what am I interested in? What am I good at? Yeah. And sometimes we don't recognize our own talent. Yeah. And we want to do something else that maybe isn't the right thing for us. And I think that's very often where, our teachers try and guide us in different directions towards what what they think that we can do, yeah, and be successful in. But often what they do is they ask us, what is your passion? Mm-hmm. And we don't all have to be alike. Some people are really, they love meditation. Some people love study. Some people love offering service. Yeah, there's so many different ways that we can manifest the Buddha Dharma. And then we have to see what, makes sense to us. We're always encouraged to be leaders. Yeah. And there's all these leadership courses. But I think often we need to learn how to be followers first. Because leaders can't do anything if there's not followers who carry things out and who keep the leader on track. Yeah. So to learn how to be a good follower, we don't have to be the star person in front of the room who everybody goes, no. And so really to see what do we like, what can we contribute? Because I think we all want to contribute. I mean, when you see, I taught little kids for a while before I became a nun. And little kids always want to contribute. Yeah. And even, I taught like first grade. Yeah, they want to contribute. But even when they're little, when they're like 3 and 4 years old, oh, can I help do this? Can I help do that? Everybody likes to feel like they can contribute. So to find the thing that we can contribute, yeah, that is really, that we can do reasonably well, that we love to do, that we feel inspired to do, and we don't have to be like everybody else and compete with all the other people. Yeah, so not competing with our siblings, not competing with other people in the Dharma center, in the monastery, not competing with other colleagues at work, but instead cooperating. Yeah, when we can cooperate, then we can do so much. Yeah. We usually think, unlock my potential, so I'm going to be the hero. Yeah. But again, you can't be a hero unless there's followers. And in different activities, we may be in the lead, but in other activities, we're the followers. Okay, I might be giving the Dharma talk now, but when it comes to preparing lunch, I stay out of the kitchen. I'll cook for you one day. Yeah. Yeah, before I ordained, I was a pretty good cook. Yeah, but that was a long time ago.
You never lose it.
You never lose it? Okay, so So we will eat chocolate chip cookies and carrot cake and banana bread from now on. Yeah. Yeah. But to really see, you know, how can we contribute and to cooperate with other people so that we really work together. And I think that's the beauty of monasteries. That's the beauty of Dharma centers. Yeah. Is that people come there with a common vision, and everybody has their own unique way of contributing, and everybody wants to contribute. And we rejoice at each other's contribution, because we each know that if I use the example of the Abbey, you know, you can use the example of your family or your Dharma center or your office, whatever it is, you know, when you're in a group, you know, that if everything depended on me being the one who knows everything, then we're in a bad space. Yeah, when things break down, okay, when my computer breaks, you know, is doing one of its trips, which it is again, then I call him. When my light switch doesn't work, I ask you. And, you know, when I need something typed, then I'll ask you, or, you know, and because when we cooperate, we can do so much. Yeah, when we want to be a single star, then it's very difficult because we don't have all the skills. Yeah, when we cooperate, everybody contributes, and together we can do something really good. Yeah, and we see that here, don't we? Yeah, in a community, how when everybody contributes, then we can do something really wonderful. Okay, so to unlock that potential. Then another thing that unlocks our potential, and I'm going to share with you a little bit what I've been working on. For a long time, I think many of you have read the King of Prayers, the Samantabhadra praise. Yeah, have you, people online? Yeah. And it's recited very often at when His Holiness is teaching, when things are going on at the Sulakang, you know, people reciting this prayer. And it's an aspiration prayer, okay? And so I've been interested in it for a long time, and I finally found some commentaries on it. And so I've been really working on writing about this prayer and thinking of examples and so on. So it's emphasizing aspirations, okay? And I think it's very important to unlock our potential, to aspire for things. Yeah, to aspire for things in the future, okay? So whatever you want to be able to do, whatever you want to be, to aspire for that, okay? It doesn't mean you need to accomplish it by next Wednesday, okay? Because in this aspiration prayer, Samantabhadra, what we're aspiring for is just huge and vast and amazing. Let's see, is it in the red prayer book? Yeah. Okay, page 64? Yes. Okay. So the aspirations here are just huge, okay? But we don't start out with the aspirations for the future. We start out with creating the cause, okay? Because the aspiration is the result that we want to have in the future, yeah? And like His Holiness is always telling us, praying is not sufficient. Yeah, just Buddha, may I realize emptiness. Yeah, and I'm gonna sit and have a cup of tea. No, when we aspire, we have to work on creating the causes. So the King of Prayers starts out with creating the causes, yeah? And it starts out with the 7-limb prayer, which we see in almost every practice we do, don't we? When you do the Shakyamuni Buddha meditation, there's the 7-limb prayer. When you do Chenrezig, when you do anything, yeah, there's a 7-limb prayer. Why? Because it's how we create the causes, or one part of creating the causes. There's more causes, yeah, but one part of creating the causes to actualize our various aspirations, okay? So it starts out with, well, first an homage. I bow down to youthful Arya Manjushri. And I'll just read this through. I'm sure some of you will recognize it. Yeah, so it starts out with prostrations and praise of the 3 gems of the Buddha. You lion amongst humans, gone to freedom in the present, past, and future. In the world of 10 directions, to all of you, with body, speech, and sincere mind, I bow down. With the energy of aspiration for the Bodhisattva way, with a sense of deep respect, with as many bodies as atoms of the world, to all you Buddhas visualized before me, I bow down. On every atom are Buddhas numberless as atoms, each amidst a host of bodhisattvas, and I am confident the sphere of all phenomena is entirely filled with Buddhas in this way. So we're talking here, about creating the cause for our aspirations. So first of all, paying homage and praising the Buddha. But we're already getting into some pretty far out things. Okay, on every atom are Buddhas numberless as atoms, each amidst a host of bodhisattvas. And I am confident the sphere of all phenomena is entirely filled with Buddhas in this way. Okay, what does our mind say? Show me the scientific journal where they verified that, please. Yeah, I want to see, they should have been able to find all those Buddhas on those atoms and count the number of Buddhas and count the number of bodhisattvas surrounding each Buddha. Okay, I want proof, otherwise I'm just not going to believe it. Yeah, if there's Buddhas on the tip of my glasses, yeah, there's Buddhas surrounded by bodhisattvas. I don't see them. Okay. So what do? Our skepticism comes in. And we're so skeptical that we can't even maybe just imagine. Didn't John Lennon write a song like that? Yeah, about imagine. So just to imagine, what would it be like to see, Buddhas on every atom, and all the Buddhas are surrounded, they're giving the Mahayana teachings to a whole crowd of bodhisattvas. Wouldn't that be nice? I imagine Peter Pan. I imagine Mickey Mouse. Yeah. Who are the famous ones now? There's so many different cartoon characters. Yeah, anyway, I can imagine all the cartoon characters. But why can't I imagine countless Buddhas surrounded by bodhisattvas? Okay? So to let our mind imagine, yeah? With infinite oceans of praise for you and oceans of sound from the aspects of my voice, I sing the breathtaking excellence of Buddhas and celebrate all of you gone to bliss. Infinite oceans of praise for you. How am I going to give infinite oceans of praise? Well, I don't know how to praise the Buddha. Buddha, you're a good guy. Yeah, you're a good guy. They say that you love all sentient beings equally. I'm all for that. Yeah, except please don't love my competitor. They're not a very nice person. Don't talk to them. I don't talk to them. But Buddha, you're wonderful. So infinite oceans. I recorded it once and then I put it on a playback loop. Yeah. Buddha, you're wonderful. Buddha, you're wonderful. This is what, in Asia they do when somebody dies. You say Namo Amitofo, you put it on a recorder, you put it in a little wooden fish, you turn it on, and then it chants Namo Amitofo for you. Yeah? Namo Amitofo, praise to Amitabha Buddha. Yeah? So I'm going to make that and play that. For all these Buddhas that they aren't there. Okay, but I have to have infinite ocean of praise for them. Okay, then, so that's the first one, praising, paying homage, recognizing that there's others better than us and that we can become like them and that they are willing to guide us. Yeah, that they're not going to kick us out. Yeah. Okay, so then it comes into offerings. Beautiful flowers and regal garlands, sweet music, scented oils and parasols, sparkling lights and sublime incense I offer to you, victorious ones. Fine dress and fragrant perfumes, sandalwood powder heaped high as Mount Meru, all wondrous offerings in spectacular array, I offer to you, victorious ones. You know, the whole thing of offerings, I've always felt a little bit weird because I just read that whole thing and I'm supposed to give oceans of offerings. Then that means that everything is so crowded and cluttered. You know, the skies of offering. Yeah, beautiful. There's flowers and regal garlands and music and scented oils and parasol. And I just want some peace and quiet and to walk in nature. Yeah. Oh, but then offer all the flowers. But yeah, there's flowers everywhere, you know. Everything's so crowded when you make offerings. Yeah. So then I imagine offering these things to the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, and then they just vanish because I don't like crowded, cluttered things. Yeah? Some people do. Some people, you know, they like to stuff something in every corner. You know, me, no. Yeah. So I offer it, and then it's so nice. I do it. I just imagine it all disappears very quickly. Sometimes it disappears before I even offer it. Okay. So, you know, we're doing this to create some of the causes here. Okay, with transcendent offerings, peerless and vast, with profound admiration for all the Buddhas, with strength of conviction in the Bodhisattva way, I offer and bow down to all victorious ones. Okay, now the next one. Every harmful action I have done with my body, speech, and mind, overwhelmed by attachment, anger, and confusion, all these I openly lay bare before you, Do I have to say that out loud? Do I have to admit that I've done all these awful things that I don't feel good about? Next one. Let's skip over the confession part, Anyway, everything I did wrong was always somebody else's fault. They made me do it. Yeah, always somebody else's fault. Okay, next one. I lift up my heart and rejoice in all merit of the Buddhas, the Bodhisattvas in 10 directions, of solitary realizers, hearers, still training in those beyond, and of all ordinary beings. I rejoice in the merit of others. Can I imagine rejoicing in others' merit? Can I rejoice in others' potential? Can I rejoice in their good qualities, in their having skills that I don't have, in their having opportunities that I don't have? Can I rejoice? Lama Zopa always stops at this one and has us, I think he wants us to rejoice, because usually all the disciples are competing with each other for who's going to bring him a cup of tea. And he's trying to get us to, see that we don't have to be best. Yeah, I don't care what Melania Trump said. Yeah, her thing, every, you don't know? Every first lady has a project that they do, and hers is called Be Best. And it's a project to encourage children to be best. Okay? I think that telling kids you have to be best, this is one of the sources of our low self-esteem. Because when there's best, there's one person who's best, and everybody else is a failure. Okay? So the chances are that we're going to be the best one is, not very good, but that we'll be on the failure category thing, yes. Yeah. What this here, we're rejoicing specifically at the virtues of others. Yeah, that others do virtuous things. And immediately what we do is we compare, well, did they do more virtue than me? Oh, they made a really big offering. And me, who has trouble with offerings, yeah, I visualized it. Yeah. You know that story that the Tibetan Lamas tell? Yeah? About visualizing offerings? This is a good one. I rely on this one because I don't like clutter. But, at the, usually after teachings and empowerments and so on, people would come and make offerings to the teacher. So there was one old man who, went to this teaching, and afterwards he came up with a kata, and he, everybody was making really nice offerings to the lamas and beautiful things, and this old man came up with his kata, and he said, I wanted to offer you a brick of Tibetan tea, but I don't have it, so please visualize it. You've been telling us to visualize this and that and the other thing. So yeah, please visualize my offering. Yeah. No, but to really rejoice at other people's good qualities, and to learn to rejoice at our own. And then to look at the things we get jealous of others over. Yeah. Are we jealous because they created more merit than us? Yeah. Do you even think about how much merit you create and how much merit they create? What do we get jealous of? Is it because merit's really important to us and they created more? No, we don't get jealous over merit. Yeah, we get jealous because, they have some quality that we don't have. Yeah, we get jealous over worldly things, don't we? We don't even think about the transworldly things, the supramundane things, and get jealous over that. We get jealous over mundane, 8 worldly concerns. Yeah, is that brilliant? Is that a use of our human life? Yeah. Oh, they get more acknowledgement than I do. They're stronger than I am. They're better looking than I am. Yeah. They can play tic-tac-toe better than me. Yeah. I have more gray hair. They don't have so much. Yeah. We get jealous over the stupidest things, especially as Dharma practitioners. Yeah. Yeah, I used to get jealous. Well, mine had a little something to do with Dharma, because at 4 o'clock in the morning, Rinpoche would, start his morning practice, waking up after his 45 minutes of sitting in deep meditation that we thought was maybe sleep. And he'd wake up at 4 and start morning practice, and he would invite certain people to come in to his itty-bitty room at Tushita. Do you still have that itty-bitty room? Yeah? The itty-bitty one, okay? With the window. Yeah. Oh, you don't have that one with the window anymore. Oh, because he would sit inside and there was a window and we'd all sit outside and look in, and hope that he would invite us, because there were usually 3 or 4 people that he would invite to come and do Giorgio Puja or Lama Chopa Puja with him every morning. Yeah. And other people got invited and I didn't. Yeah, I had to lead the courses for all the new people, the 10-day courses. You still have those 10-day courses, yeah. So I had to lead them, but other people got to go in Rinpoche's room at 4 o'clock in the morning and do puja with him. But I couldn't do that because I had to, lead the meditation and teach the course, deal with all these people who were asking me if this, piece of junk tied around their arm is considered jewelry that they have to take off if they keep precepts. I just wanted to go and sit in the same room and just soak up Rinpoche's blessings. Yeah, that's how things usually started out. Yeah. So, getting over our jealousy, our competition, our rivalry. Yeah, why does somebody else get more attention than I do? Why am I the one who's always asked to, shovel the snow? Why am I always the one who gets put on dishes? It's not fair. Yeah. Okay. The next, you who are the bright lights of the world in 10 directions, who have attained Buddha's omniscience throughout the stages of awakening. All you who are my guides, please turn the supreme wheel of Dharma. Yes, give teachings at the time I want, at the length I want. Yeah, not too long, not too short, on a topic that's interesting. Yeah, with enough pee-pee breaks. Okay. With palms together, I earnestly request, you who may actualize parinirvana, please stay with us for eons numberless as atoms of the world, for the happiness and well-being of all wanderers in samsara. Oh, here, stay with us for eons numberless as atoms in the world. Oh, again, all this numberless, infinite, countless, limitless stuff again. I have to count atoms? When I dedicate, I need to know how many eons, I'm asking them to hang around. So that means I have to know how many atoms there are in the world so I can pray that my teachers live that many eons. Yeah? Are you up for that? Whatever slight merit I may have created by paying homage, offering, and acknowledging my faults, rejoicing and requesting the Buddhas to stay and teach, I now dedicate all this for full awakening. Okay, so those are the practices that, that we should be doing constantly, because they are what purify our negativities and create merit. Yeah. And we can make all the aspirations we want to. But what blocks our aspirations from getting actualized? All the junky stuff on our mind stream, the seeds of negative karma, the afflictions that we have. So we need to do some purification, clear that out. And we need to create merit. Without merit, then there's nothing for our Dharma practice to stand on. When you really emphasize purification and creation of merit, you feel cleansed inside, like you've been able to resolve and let go of some things. And you feel like, oh, I have some ground to stand on now. Now when I listen to teachings, I can understand more than I did before. So these initial practices are really, really important. Yeah. And that's why the King of Prayer starts out with that. Now, after that, they get into all the aspirations. So I thought what I do is on Wednesday, I think, I'm doing another talk, is talk about some of the aspirations, make it like part 2. We've unlocked our potential now, and especially by doing the 7-limb prayer, that really helps. And then get into what some of those aspirations are. And also, what's the difference between an aspiration and a wish and a prayer and a dedication? In working, on writing about the King of Prayers, this is something that I've been thinking a lot about. And what about, all these request prayers? Like, when you do Jorcho Puja, when you do Lama Chopa Puja, there's 3 lines of praise and then, I request you. But it doesn't say what we're requesting. Yeah. So I feel like all I'm doing is I request and I request. I praise and I request, but what am I requesting? Okay. So, what's the difference between a request and a praise? Like in the long version of when you do the four measurables that we did at the beginning of this session. Yeah, when you do the long version, it starts out with, for example, may all sentient beings have happiness in its cause. No, how wonderful it would be if all sentient beings had happiness and its causes. Yeah, may they have these. I shall cause them to have these. Guru Chenrezig, or Guru Buddha, please inspire me to make this happen. Okay? So those are four different lines, and they're doing something different. Okay? And the last one is requesting. But so often we just have the last one as the first one. Yeah. Buddha, I request to win the lottery. Buddha, I request that everybody now praises me and sees how wonderful I am. Buddha, yeah, I praised you, Buddha. Shouldn't everybody praise me? Oh. They all say they want to benefit sentient beings. Well, I would be benefited if they praised me. Okay. So Buddha, I request you. Yeah. I go to the temple and I make an offering and I request. Yeah, I'm always doing business with the Buddha. I can't just offer something. I request. It's like, oh, what did the Buddha get today? Oh my goodness. 4 bananas and some thing that looks like chocolate with nuts in it. Some product of our kitchen. What is it?
I think it's from the store. It's Energy Bites.
Oh, it's Energy Bites. Okay. So I gave you some Energy Bites and 4 bananas, Buddha. So I request you, please may I generate bodhicitta by tomorrow morning, and please may I realize emptiness by the morning after that. And those Energy Bites look good. Do we have any left? I'll need some Energy Bites. They're stacked up there? Oh. What? They're gluten-free, dairy-free. That means they taste terrible. They don't have any sugar in them. Butter, nothing, Ugh. Gluten-free, dairy-free, full of chemicals. Yeah, because they got to make you think that you're purified because you don't have any dairy. But, what do we do? What do the Indians consider dairy? The 3 whites and 3 sweets. Yeah, 3 whites, milk, yogurt, butter. Yeah, 3 sweets, sugar, honey, and molasses. Molasses, no, but the sugar and the honey, yeah. So see, we offer these to the Buddha. They're the 3 sweets and the 3 whites. Okay, so why shouldn't we get them too? Okay. So we have a couple of minutes if if people have some questions or comments that they want to make. Yeah. And then on Wednesday, we'll get into the aspirations. If you have the King of Prayers, you might want to read it before Wednesday. Yeah. It's pretty mind-boggling. Yeah. It's better than an acid trip. Okay, if anybody have comments or questions? People online, just raise your hand or... Nothing? People here, you're just looking at the screen. Hey, look at me. Yes.
Near the beginning of the talk, you mentioned the phrase, fake it till you make it.
Yeah.
And that one doesn't really work for me because I think of contrived bodhicitta as the substantial cause of uncontrived bodhicitta. So I think about it more as work on it till you make it.
Yes.
Yes, which is a lot of your point, is that
Yes.
aspirations don't do it if we don't set the causes.
Exactly. Yeah. Because it's easy to aspire, but the work is creating all the causes for it. Yeah. And it's not the 7 limb prayer is the foundation causes. Then, like for bodhicitta, we've got to do the meditations. If we don't do the meditations, it isn't like, infinite compassion is going to arise, in the next moment. Things need causes. Yeah. It's so interesting when we pray, we have this magical mind that just by the prayer, something will happen. Yeah. And I think it goes back to, there's God. There's somebody in charge here. And if we can make him happy, give him enough bananas and enough energy bites, then, he'll get somebody else to be president. But not Elon, please.
But then we run into the contradiction is that we're sinners inherently, sinful and have fallen out of grace. So we run into the contradictory place of being God's children and then being just so bad. So all of that needs to be dismantled to even think about the potential of things. I mean, so much of my spiritual life has been dismantling these false narratives about who do I think I really am.
Yeah. And a lot of that is innate stuff, and a lot of it is stuff we learn this life. If as a kid, you were taught that original sin, well, how do you get out of that one? Yeah. So we have to dismantle a lot of our acquired afflictions of things that we were taught that, like, be best. That's baloney. Yeah, why are we teaching kids be best? Yeah, be kind. And I don't care if you're more kind than anybody else. We're not comparing you. Just be kind. You'll be happier if you're kind. Yeah. So yes, dismantling a lot of stuff and seeing the innate stuff that's in there too. Yeah, like self-centered thought, self-grasping ignorance. Yes.
Oh yeah, I think Robin had her hand raised online. Robin, do you want to go ahead?
Okay.
Thanks so very much, Venerable. And I was curious when you say that we need to create the causes for good things to happen. I'm surprised you didn't say create the causes and conditions. And I'm wondering if you might say why not conditions in this case?
Okay. we need to create some of the conditions, but some conditions, yeah, are things that come from outside of us, okay? Yeah, like I may aspire to ride a bicycle, but if there's no bicycles, yeah, I can, yeah. So some of the conditions very often are things that are happening in this life. Some of them may depend on karma we've created in the past. Some of them are just the way, biological cause and effect, chemical cause and effect, these kinds of things that we can't control. But conditions do matter in the sense that if we have created a lot of virtuous causes in the past, what environment do we put ourselves in this life so that those causes can ripen? Okay? If we put ourselves in the environment of hanging out with old friends who are drinking and drugging, the virtuous causes we created in the previous lives are going to have a hard time ripening. If we put ourselves in an environment with other people who are practicing and trying to create virtue, then it's easier that's a good condition for our good karma to ripen. Okay? Anything else? Okay, let's dedicate then. So dedication is different than an aspiration. An aspiration is what we want to be in the future or have happen in the future. And the dedication is we have created virtue, and now we're steering the way we want it to meditate, to ripen. Due to this merit, may we soon attain the awakened state of Guru Buddha, that we may be able to liberate all sentient beings from their suffering. May the precious Bodhi mind, not yet born, arise and grow. May that born have no decline, but increase forevermore. Okay, see you on Wednesday.
Thank you so much, Venerable Thubten Chödron. Thank you so much. And have a wonderful day. And thank you for making the time at the end of your retreat.
Sure.
It was
Thank
lovely
you for
joining you in the spirit of Shravasti Abbey.
Thank you for the invitation, and thank you for laughing. This is one thing that Lama was very strong about. He taught us how to laugh at ourselves. And that's very important in your Dharma practice, to be able to laugh. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us tonight, and see you tomorrow. Tomorrow we have our ex-resident teacher, Venerable Droma, talking about anger. How do I stop to be irritated? So often. Thank you so much. Have a good night in India, a good day in the US, and in Europe, a good evening. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. See you tomorrow.